What's up, guys? Let's try to do a whole month of backtesting without losing our minds. I'm going to start on May 11th. No news Monday. Let's just wait for pre-market to start. Six minutes, we would even play move to the upside and then to the downside and then back to the upside. So we're in an upwards trend here unless we get... I guess I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Approaching these untaps. We tap into them and create a pointer. Let's check yes. Not looking good. Check 6 minute. We have a 6 minute pointer, a 4 minute pointer. Gonna get in for 6 here. Looking good. Not looking good. Pointer against us. Okay, back towards our trend. Just past this set of FFVG, so I'm going to trim out of one of these. Showing signs of rejection off of this set of FFVGs. Let's check our time frames. Let's check yes. No reason to get out of this trade quite yet. Appears to be a 3 minute pointer on NQ and a 4 minute and 3 minute on yes, so we are out. First trade up 316. I could have taken reverse position to this set of FFVGs. We tap into those untaps. Do we create a pointer? Doesn't look like it. Let's check yes. Nothing, we're not entering. Fly through those untaps. Have a few self-mades. Sell side sweep. Moving higher it looks like. See if we had an entry here off these FFVGs. Five-minute pointer on yes, and a 4 minute and a 3 minute. We'll enter for 3 buys here. No pointers though, so I guess we stay out of this. Did we create any low time frame inefficiencies? We did, so I'm going to trim out of these. Create even more. 3-minute pointer on ES, 5-minute or 4-minute pointer on NQ. We are out of here. Now we are up 143. Pointer off of this 1-minute FFVG. It's a pretty weak FFVG though. Let's check ES, and yeah, we're not taking this. Pointer off that 1-minute FFVG, but showing signs of PO3. Pointer reacting off, swap pointer reacting off of this 1-minute FFVG. Swap pointer into an IFFVG. Check ES, absolutely not. Those are 930 macro anyways. So. Some self-mades. We don't tap, we don't tap, we tap, we go through. Hovering at a key range. Approaching all-time high. Buy side sweep, pointer off of it to downside, caused a big move. Tap off this FFVG, do we create a pointer? Three-minute pointer, 4-minute, 2 pointers on ES. I don't think this is a move worth taking. It's 80 points, never mind, we'll buy for 3. We are in some FFVGs. Oh shit, I accidentally pressed play, but we're good. I'm gonna set our TP at this high-res liquidity. Showing some signs of rejection. We're going to call this PO3 and get out. Pointer off those. Yeah, we could have taken re-entry there. And we hit all-time highs, and we would have been out. Pointer off FFVG. Just not taking this at all-time highs. Tap into the FVGs and we move lower. Create some self-mades. Create a pointer, but we're not tapping into anything. Have some self-made. Yeah, that was a sweat pointer. No liquidity sweep, so I'm going to stay out of this one. We're also right at all-time highs. We have some self-mades. Pointer, we've been on the 6th the whole time. Don't think there's any entries. There's a short right here, but that's tiny. Some self-mades. Right back into them. Could have taken this outside sweep pointer. Not something I would do though. There was no news, but that candle's wicked. Create a 5 minute untap. Go right through it. Buy side sweep, we move lower, create some untaps. Don't tap into them, don't tap into them. Tap into this. 2 minute FFEG and create a pointer. Let's check yes. Same shit. 2 minute pointer or 5 minute pointer. Off of a 1 minute FFEG. Head back to NQ. We'll buy for 3. Set targets at the high. Not a sweat pointer, a lot of white space. Approaching FFEGs. I'm gonna hop to a lower time frame to see if we can pick out an entry or exit early. Tap into those FFEGs. Do we move lower? Nope. Now we move lower. Okay, showing a little bit of rejection at these, so I'm going to trim out of 1. It says, oh no. Wick into these FFEGs. Still haven't seen a crazy good exit condition. I ride this one to break even. Okay, we're up 365. Could have stayed in that one. We didn't get an exit condition and it still rode. And then I leave volume imbalance. There's a pointer reacting to an FFEG. And we slam. So that we should have taken obviously right here. Or no, right here. Whoops. Create some self-mates. Tap into some FFEGs and reject some more. Sell side sweep, we're moving higher. Moving lower. Measure this range. 8 points. I'll keep looking, see if there's anything else we can get into. Some self-made untabs. Personally don't see them though. Not really any exit conditions, so we should have been in for a huge trade right here. That's 200 points that we just missed out on. Sell side sweep, moving higher. Mitigate those imbalances. I'm just going to wait for a pointer reaction to an untap, some self-made untaps. Go into them, reject off them. Okay, we're approaching midnight, so I'm gonna just call it chop for the rest of the day and then wait until the next day. Pause this thing at 6 a.m. and let's go to Tuesday, May 12th. May 12th, we have some CPI at 6:30. Since we're already here, we're just gonna wait for that. Okay, 7 o'clock. Buy side sweep, we move lower. Tapping into these FFVGs here, we create some self-mades. Tap into those untaps and create a pointer. Check yes, same shit. Still only gonna go in for 3 right here. Create some inefficiencies. No reason to get out quite just yet. Check a lower time frame. No pointer. Still nothing worth exiting on. I fucking hate trading, dude. There was still no exit conditions there, but that didn't look good. Wicked into the self-mades. Volume's increasing, a lot of self-mades. Tap in, not really room to create a pointer there. Down to a profit of 194. $9.30 candle, pretty fucking ridiculous. We could have entered off that one. A little too close to market open for my liking. Some self-made untaps. Go right through them. Some self-mades again. Right through them. Some more self-mades. Get into those. Reject off them. Shit, that was a pointer. That was also a pointer. That wasn't one, I guess. Have some self-mades here. Tap into these FFGs and move higher. So outside sweep, move higher. Not reacting off anything there. Also sweep, move higher. Well, I mean, this looks like a pointer off this untapped right here. Let's check yes. Same shit. and sell here. We reach these untaps. I'm going to trim out of one of these. Okay, we can trim here, and then either take this to Asia low or the 5 minute untapped right there. Huge rejection. Don't believe that 6 minute pointer is validated. I don't know. Because of all the pointers and the inefficiencies we create against ourselves, I'm going to get out of here. Self-made untaps. Some more FFVGs. Tap into them. Move to the upside. Currently up 473. Structural pointer to the downside means nothing. Approaching these untaps. Tap into some of them. Pointer off the sweep. I don't think there was untaps there, so I'm not going to take this short. Nothing there. Some more self-mades approaching more untaps, no white space for us to grab onto. Wick into those untaps. No rejection, we keep moving higher. There's a rejection, we have some untaps created. Technically that was a pointer, but right into 3 more pointers, so this is PO3. We're only going to take untapped trades because we have untapped data, so just wait for some more self-mades. There they are. Wick into those untaps and we create a pointer off that. Let's check yes. Same shit. We're gonna sell. Let's see what we have in front of us. Make sure. Alright, there's some untapped FFVGs in our mouth, but this is in the sweat pointer. We're also going to check lower time frame, see if we create some inefficiencies with us. But before that, I will sell for 3. Head down to the 2. Create some lower time frame inefficiencies. See how I react to these FFVGs. Showing, okay, nothing. We're gonna head back to the 5. set our TP at these. We'll do it at the low of these untaps, and then we can trim throughout them. Showing signs of rejection at these, I'm going to trim a contract. Now let's check and see if we created, yep, we create some pointers off these untaps, so I'm going to get fully out. Because the untaps were just created, I'm not going to be taking reverse entry here. Alright, we wake into these untaps and we create a pointer. It is a swept into a tapped FFVG. Let's check yes. Questionable pointer here. Also doesn't look like we're reacting to any untaps. We also have a 4. I'll get in for low size. We'll go for 2. Buy for 2. Immediate rejection off those, and we create a pointer. I'm not going to take this to the downside just because these pointers are kind of ridiculous. It's giving me PO3 PTSD. Alright. And we had untapped FFVG that we created a pointer against, so that's why I got out of this trade. Didn't see anything worth taking along. I don't believe these were untapped, so there is no point to take this. We do have some untaps right here. Oh no. Maybe not. Currently up 644. Pointer, swept pointer, we're just in a bunch of FVGs. I'm going to wait for more white space and a draw on liquidity. We create some self-mates and we move higher. Creating a whole lot of FVGs and continuing to the upside. We don't sweep. We do create a swept pointer, but I'm not going to be taking any of this shit. Neither, I'm not going to take that shit either. Ooh, chilly. Looking a little choppy as we get to the later hours of the day. This candle moved up quite a bit. And we're flying, so it seems like this pointer maybe had some untaps. Oh, potentially not. It could be a rejection off the new FFVGs we entered. We do have some untaps in both directions and not a whole lot of white space. We're going to kind of wait this out, see what we do. Looking a little choppy here. We're going to zoom in. 203, 230. We're still moving a decent amount. No reason to call it a day quite yet. I'm going to call this PO3 and we're going to move on to the next day, which is the 13th. 13th we have 6:30 and 12:40 p.m. news. And an FOMC member speaking at 11:45. We're going to hit this little play button here. And we'll stop this at around 6 a.m. We are on the 4 minute. We're going to hop to the 5 and press pause. Paused it at 5:45. I gotta take a mean shit. Recording for 40 minutes, yikes. Where did we leave off? In a mess of FFVGs. 2 pointers, Tap into those untaps, reject off them. Not taking that, but you know, there's your move. Okay, right to those untapped FFEGs. Create some self-mades. Another bit of self-mades, tap into them, and nope. Have some untaps to the north, tap into them, and create a pointer. Non-sweat pointer, let's check ES, doing the same shit. Let's see if any other time frames. Nah. Fuck that shit. Sell for 3 here. Sweep. Do we move higher? Nope. Sweep. Do we move higher? Yes. Three-minute pointer off the sweep. We should have made a profit on this trade, but we are going to get out. Five-minute on ES as well. So yeah, we could have minimized our losses here. And lost like probably half that, so double check news. I forgot 6:30, 12:40. We already got the okay. 6:30 really didn't do anything. All right, let's wait for some white space to clear out. We're pretty rangy right now. Hello volatile, opening up some white space, which is ideal. Okay, we tap off these untaps. Do we create this 4-minute GC pointer right here, as well as a 3-minute, as well as a 6-minute. Check ES. Nothing. A 4-minute. Okay. I mean, I think this is valid, right? Yeah, I mean, our untaps are enough. I'm gonna sell for 3 here. Let's see what we do. Move to the upside. It's a 3-minute pointer. I mean, we can trim out of 1 here. Move to the upside, and we lose $226. Back down to 328. All good. Some self-mades. There's the 930 candle. Huge dip. Wait for this one to load. Bounce right up to EQ range. I think I'm gonna wait this one out. There could be an entry on ES. I'm gonna disregard. This is not off an untapped, so we're gonna avoid this for now. Like, that's a pretty solid entry, but it creates a pointer against us immediately, so we're good. Got some self-made untaps near EQ. Tap into them. Let's see if we create a pointer. A 5-minute on ES. 6-minute. I'm gonna finish this candle. It is a pointer. Uncheck it. Back to NQ. Let's see if I missed anything. I don't know. I'm not gonna take this. You could take it. Some self-made untaps. PO3. Wait for a sweep. There's a sweep. We create some untaps with that sweep. Go right through them. Sell side sweep, we moved a lot higher. Blowing through these FVGs. I'm gonna set these pointers out. Looks like we're chopping near all-time highs right now. Forming an untap to go right through it. Create some more. There's probably a potential entry right here, but because I didn't see the untap that it tapped into, didn't take it. Fast rejection anyways, flying out back to all-time highs, not looking to long here. Just, it wouldn't be a big trade. Technically, not a pointer, but we do get something on the 6. This is going to be a 2 contract sell for me. It's a sweat pointer, so we're going to mark out this level. And we'll head to the lower time frame. This is a low confidence trade. Create a pointer. We'll get out of one of these. And wrap fully. Just chipping away at our earnings. We're down 237 total. All good though. Let's get back on the 5. Okay, there's our market closure. Sweep all-time highs. Keep sweeping all-time highs. Create a 4 and a 5, but there's some FFHGs in our face, so here we go. We mitigate those. I'm gonna probably just do a week at a time because, I mean, this shit has nearly taken me an hour so far, and we're only at fucking Wednesday, so, you know, I only have so much drive in me. Want to have a clear head. Still sweeping these highs right here. Okay. I believe, yeah, here's an untapped swept pointer here. We're not going to take this trade, but your entry would have been here. Size in fully at the validation of the sweep. I mean, your targets could be these untaps right here, but as you can see, there's a lot of FVGs, and I guarantee you there's some FVGs around this area. Ton of them. Let's turn those off. So this is just like kind of a test trade. There you go. Immediate rejection, so glad we didn't take this. It's kind of hard when you're like chopping around like this, you know. We kind of want some directional price action. Okay, there's your drop that we were expecting. These aren't untaps, but we do create a pointer off them. We don't move higher. Getting close to midnight here. If we approach these untaps and get a good setup into this white space, then I will gladly take it. Otherwise, we're probably going to call it a day here. Based on this movement, I don't think we're going to be getting to that white space unless something crazy happens. Okay, potential here. You know, a little too choppy for me, but there's obviously some movement to the downside here. Again, not really going to try to take anything that's not off an untapped. Moving into the London session, we create some untap. And that was a few good pointers, I guess. Fat rejection off these FFVGs. There were some resting orders there to the upside, or a withdrawal there. Let's make sure we're not missing out on any news on the 14th. There's some 12 a.m. and some 6:30. So if we approach these all-time highs, if we enter this FFVG range, I'm probably going to call it for the day just because we're not going to see a setup past then. Alright, this is looking choppy, so we're just going to head to the next day. We do have 6:30 news, so I'll probably bring us to around 6:45, 7. Here's 7 o'clock. Now let's see what we can work with. Sell sides, we move higher. Pointer off that, not reacting to anything. We create some untaps though. Not a whole lot of white space to work with. Tap into those untaps. Don't create the pointer though. We might have created it on a lower time frame, but because we're in a range of PO3 or just choppiness, gonna disregard until we get a higher res sweep, to be honest with you. Approaching that sweep. Oh, actually we do get it. Here we go, create the tiniest of untaps right here potentially. They're gone. Didn't even have time to load in. All good. Here's the 9:30 candle. There she goes. I think we have 6:30. No, that's AM, so we have no more news for us today. Nothing to worry about there. Create a lot of untaps. Moving to the upside. About a sweep all-time high. We reject off these FFEGs, and we're back to the downside. We have a little bit of untaps here, a little bit of untaps here. Not the cleanest white space. Ideally, we come down to this untap and get a good long, or we create some self-mates up here and take a short. Let's see what setup comes to us faster. I'm not going to take the short because it's a sweat pointer right into an untapped. I don't believe we tapped into these untapped FVGs, so I wouldn't have taken this trade to the upside. Either way, I would have minked. Mink. Okay, we're at all-time high. Gonna wait for some bearish untap for road gaps. Look in PO3. We're gonna mark out this PO3 range just so I can know when to get out of here. We're out. Nearly wick into those untaps. Create a pointer off of a sweep, but I'm not going to be taking those. That pointer is structural. Wick into those FFGs and we move to the downside, so unfortunately there might have been a pointer in there. Not anything that I can see, so let's continue. We have these self-mades. We're flying downwards. Okay, we still refuse to get to these untaps before creating that pointer. Could go long here, but, you know, I'm only going to be taking untap trades, so. Huge self-made there. We close into it. Pretty choppy price action right now. Create some self-mades. I potentially try to take this on my account, but it's a shitty trade, so I'm not going to. There you go, shitty trade. Gonna wait for another high-res sweep. Pretty choppy right now. Really choppy right now. Okay, this is the candle that made the 5-minute untap, so we're not gonna take that pointer. Failed to sweep that high-res high right here, and that's in PO3 range. I'm not taking this pointer. Create an untapped in our bias. Create some untaps to the north side. Structural pointer. Uno Moss. And yeah, we're still chopping. I want a clean entry. Some self-mades right here. Go right through them. Pointer off some FFEGs. Oh. Well, if you would have shown me this earlier, I probably would have taken it. Don't think there was anything here that we were tapping off. Regardless, that looks like a great long entry. There was probably something there. Reject off these FFEGs pretty heavily. Price is pretty volatile right now, so we should see an entry arise. Sell side sweep, do we move higher? The answer is yes. Continue to the upside, not reacting off anything quite yet. Create a handful of self-mades. Tap in and create a swept pointer. We are in a mess, so this is going to be a low confidence trade. Wait for these ES charts to load. It appears we have a 6-minute pointer, but it doesn't appear to be reacting. So we got a 4 and a 3. Head back to NQ. We have this pointer off the untap, so I'm going to sell for 3. It is a swept pointer. Mark out the level. Head to a lower time frame and see what we can do for ourselves. I believe we sell for 3 more here. We probably should have sold at the level itself and not at this price that we are right here. Anywho, the untaps don't load here. We're gonna hop onto the 5. TP at these 4. Okay, we should not have put our TP there. It's okay that we hit it, but without any proper exit conditions, we should have just trimmed out of like probably 3 contracts here. Regardless, we made some bread. So we could have made a lot more bread though. All right though. I usually don't set my TP. That's more for like a visual, but I didn't expect it to get slammed that fast. I would have gotten rid of it. I'm not taking this. It's not off and untapped. Technically, no. Okay, so we're wicking into this 3-minute untapped for first fair value gap. It is a swept pointer into more first fair value gaps, so not a trade I'd like to see, especially since we got some divergence or some SMT divergence, I guess. We're not going to take that long. Okay, we officially passed midnight, so now we are on to our last day of trades. May 15th, we don't have any news, so let's just lock in and find ourselves a good entry. Three-minute untapped right here. Disregard. That was enough of an untap, so not something I would be willing to take. Obviously, there was a move there. Did not catch it. I didn't take those pointers because they weren't reacting off of an untapped. We create some more self-made untaps. We continue to skyrocket downwards though. This would have been a money trade to be in, but it's okay. We are flying downwards. Okay, we close into these and we reverse them. Invert them, I mean. Okay, 4 minute untapped. And we close into it. Create ourselves a range of untaps right here. And plow through them. Collect some orders and continue to the upside. Four-minute untapped inverse fair value gap. Not off an untapped. Ooh, that was probably what. I guess not. Alright, we have some self-mades here. Nothing. Well, that tiny FFEG held a lot more power than I would anticipate it to. I take that back. Heading now towards these. I believe we tapped into here, so let's check some other time frames. Showing a few too many bearish confluences, so I'm going to be disregarding that potential entry. Yeah, no way. Well, I mean, there is no entry. Shit. Alright, we created a pointer right here. That's my bad. I accidentally clicked 2 candles ahead. You know, I try to be patient, but a lot of untapped potential here, though. Okay, we wick into that. Let's see one more candle. And there's the pointer. Not a sweat pointer. Unfortunately, there is an untapped in our mouth right now. We're going to check yes. We don't get the same pointer. 4 minute, a 3 minute, no 6 minute. Let's check yeses. Other time frames. 6 minute, nothing. 4 minute. Wait. Got the 4 minute. And the 3. I'm still going to only go 3 contracts because there is some untaps in our mouth, so like right there. So we'll buy for 3. A 10-point move here. We wick into it, so if this was me, I'm probably just completely out right here. I don't even want to like see another candle if I'm being honest with you. I'm gonna head to a lower time frame and see what this looked like. I mean, we only have a bearish, so I mean a bullish. Yeah, so I would have been out a lot earlier. The only reason to get out of here is PO3. We're gonna get out. So yeah, we could have made a lot more money on this short. And then I would have been out on that long as soon as it got into this untapped FFEG. So I would have made money on that trade, and I ended up losing probably around 100. Kind of just messy here. I don't really know what I'm looking at, so I'm going to wait until we get some more clear price action. Okay, a little bit of wiggle room, and we have some untaps. Structural pointer means nothing. Wick into those untaps. Do we create a pointer to the upside? Create a 6 minute. 1 6-minute on ES is not strong enough for me to take anything, especially given this choppy range that we're in. So, no trade. I mean, you could have potentially taken that. No, you couldn't have. Well, what am I talking about? We're still going to wait for some untaps. Nearly. Alright, we whack in. Do we create a pointer? We do not. Whole lot of untaps to the upside. Some more bearish inefficiencies that we could capitalize on potentially. Create some, invert them. I'm not taking that. That is not a reaction. Some self-mades. Oh shit. I think we should be okay. I need to just use the mouse button so I don't accidentally click play. Alright, inverse, first row value gap, untapped. We can do that's bullish candle though. Here's a pointer off of nothing untapped, so we're not taking that even though it's skyrocketing. Hopefully we don't get near all-time highs. I'm trying to trade. We have a lot of room. Okay. That was our 9:30 candle. Inverse. I don't think that's a good pointer to take. Okay. Pretty clean pointer here. Unfortunately, there is some FFEGs or untaps really close. Let's check ES. We got the same shit, so we're going to take this one. It's not a sweat pointer, but because of the low confidence, I'm still only going to go for 3. Price did not really move at all. And we're out. I think we're out here. Yep, just a whole lot of pointers against us. That's an unfortunate trade. This untapped was really close to us. Low confidence there. Technically no 100% exit condition here. Shouldn't have taken this trade given the choppy range we were in, so that's my fault. Loss of $200 on me. Create a whole lot of untabs. Unfortunately, there's more in our face. Hopefully we mitigate. We do. Not seeing any entry here. Seem pretty choppy here. I don't think we're going to find another entry. There's just too much shit here. Highly doubt anything is going to clear up for us. Oop. And that's the end of the week. All right. We're up 560. We could have made a lot more money, to be honest with you. Not trading a live market, I can't check every time frame. So when I click the 5, it already makes 5 1 minute, or you know what I'm saying. Anywho, 560 for the first week.